Ooh-wee. Okay. Welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I am Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a post-fight show for Mark Hunt versus Antonio Silva, a heavyweight clash. But before we get to that, we have some sad news. Shane Del Rosario here, UFC heavyweight fighter. Good guy. I'm really happy I got to know him. He passed away, and really sad. He'll always be missed. He's a great guy. He loved his family, he loved his friends, he loved his fans. I'm happy I got to have known him and wish his family all the best. So, yeah, he passed away by a heart condition, and yeah, really gonna miss him. And on a bit of a lighter note, Julie Kedzie, she announced her retirement. UFC women's bantamweight fighter Julie Kedzie announced her retirement, and wish her the best on her retirement. Hope she accomplishes whatever she wants to accomplish and continues being a great trainer at Greg Jackson's. And yeah, so some devastating news in the world of mixed martial arts. But yeah, let's get started with the post-fight recap of the main card of UFC Fight Night Mark Hunt versus Antonio Silva. Yeah, this fight ended in a draw. It went all 5 rounds. I was shocked Mark Hunt couldn't knock out Antonio Silva. I thought Antonio Silva might knock out Mark Hunt at some point. And I think Antonio Silva won the first 2 rounds, Mark Hunt won the last 3. But the fight could have gone either way. It was a hard-fought fight. It was a great fight. I really enjoyed it. Still have it on my DVR. And yeah, it was a majority draw. And for those of you that haven't seen it, definitely check it out when you have a chance. So that wraps up that fight. Then in the co-main event, we had Shogun Rua versus James Sahuna. Shogun Rua shocked the world. 1 minute and 3 seconds, won by KO. In the first round, Shogun's back on top. He's still definitely ranked in the top 10. And yeah, that match only lasted 1 minute and 3 seconds. James Sahuna left himself open for heavy left hand by Shogun. James Sahuna should have had his hands up and should have been more aware of that left hand. That's what cost him the fight. Could have gone longer, but yeah, who knows what would happen had he not got caught. But nonetheless, Shogun won very quick. The match was only 1 minute and 3 seconds, so that sums up that fight. Shogun wins. He got knocked out of the night. Won by KO punch, 1 minute and 3 seconds in round 1. Then we have Ryan Bader versus Anthony Parash. Ryan Bader just took down Anthony Parash left and right, grappled with him, avoided the submission game of Anthony Parash, and pounded on him for all 3 rounds. En route to a unanimous decision victory for Ryan Bader. And that was really impressive. That was a good fight for Ryan Bader. I was shocked. I thought, if anything, Ryan Bader would leave himself open and get knocked out by Anthony Parash, because I believe Anthony Parash had reach advantage. Anthony Parash pretty lengthy, and he used to fight at heavyweight. But it was a good fight. There's pretty much no bad fights on this whole main card. Then that was in the light heavyweight division as well, as the co-main event was also in the light heavyweight division. Then we have in the heavyweight division, another heavyweight fight, just like the co-main event, Pat Barry versus Silva Paleli. Wow. Yeah, that was impressive by Silva Paleli. He won by, what was it? It was TKO round 3, or is, yeah, TKO round 1. Yeah, TKO round 1. So, got the takedown and just pounded him out, ground and pound, until Pat Barry was out. The match didn't last very long. It was pretty much just a half a round, and Silva Paleli wins by a KO, round 1. Then, in the middleweight division, we had Dylan Andrews versus Clint Hester. And, yeah, let's see, it was... That was, Clint Hester won TKO in round 2 due to doctor stoppage. It was a pretty exciting fight on the stand-up. Dylan Andrews was trying to get the takedowns, and Clint Hester was able to do a good job avoiding the ground game a lot. I'm really impressed by Clint Hester. And he's coming off a win versus Bristol Marunde, and now Clint Hester is coming off a win over Dylan Andrews. Pretty impressive. Then to kick off the main card, we have a women's bantamweight bout with Julie Kedzie versus Beth Correia. And yeah, Beth Correia won by split decision. It was pretty close on the stand-up. Julie Kedzie, she did a good job being aggressive on the stand-up. It was a smart move on her. I think she won the fight, but I think what the judges saw was that Beth got that takedown in round 3, and they're like, oh, that's the fight right there. Beth won round 3, thus she won the decision in a couple of the judges' minds. So Beth Correia won. And that wraps up the main card for UFC Fight Night, Mark Hunt versus Bigfoot Silva, Antonio Bigfoot Silva. And stay tuned for my next episode, which will be a pre-fight for UFC on Fox, Joseph Benavidez versus Demetrius Johnson for the UFC Flyweight title, the rematch, part dos. So until then, see ya.